First, net neutrality would not improve consumer welfare or protect the public interest. Rather,
almost every week, think tank experts testify before Congress or convene policy talks that are broadcast nationwide on C-SPAN. But the relationships between think tank scholars, corporate donors, lobbyists, and the consulting firms they sometimes work for aren't always clear. Here we have Jeffrey Eisenack, a scholar at the American Enterprise Institute, testifying before the Senate Judiciary Committee back in 2014 as it examined new rules that would tighten the regulation of broadband internet giants like AT&T and Verizon. But when Mr. Eisenack is not wearing his scholar hat at AEI, he has another job, a paid consultant to telecommunications companies and trade associations that are opposed to these rules. It's a classic illustration of the blurred lines in the think tank world. We will explore a few of those cases here.
There's a long line, you just wait. But that's different when the plane's waiting for you to take off.
Yes. So you're right. There was a spike before of
We all know what lobbyists are and that they're paid big bucks to push agendas in Washington. But what you might not know is that some lobbyists have an extra title that helps give them a certain legitimacy and distinguished status in Washington, the think tank scholar. Stuart Verdery, on the left, then a senior associate at CSIS, is actually a lobbyist as well. He quickly mentioned the name of his firm, Monument Policy, as he opened this December 2015 panel. But what Verdery didn't mention is that the man sitting next to him, who is the chief executive of the Toronto Airports Authority, paid Mr. Verdery's firm $130,000 last year to lobby Congress and the Obama administration. So what we have is a think tank scholar, who is also a lobbyist, hosting an event that helps his client push his case. But almost no one watching this knows the relationship between these two gentlemen, as it was not disclosed.
Yes, I am working in San Francisco in a fabulous property. It's 800 acres. 800 acres, about 15 minutes from the financial center of downtown.
Brookings, one of the most prestigious think tanks in the world, hosted an event in 2014 as it launched a report on innovative real estate developments. Kofi Bonner, one of the panelists, works for a real estate company named Lennar that has donated $400,000 to Brookings. As Lennar sent checks to Brookings, the think tank offered to help promote Lennar's $8 billion real estate project in San Francisco to audiences worldwide. But there was no mention at the event of the financial support for Brookings. It's a hint of how donors often look to think tanks like Brookings to help them move their agendas here in Washington and around the nation. Think tanks and their scholars say these kinds of events do not create any kind of a conflict. They say they are careful to avoid doing any favors for donors or clients. And certainly, there are dozens of events at think tanks or in Capitol Hill each week where potential conflicts of interest are not in play. But these blurred lines have become part of the culture at think tanks, part of the backdrop. Think tanks can, in some circumstances, become vehicles for helping companies move their own agendas.